Dressing the fret ends, they're sticking out a little bit, so they get cut down and beveled with a flat file, and then kind of smooth them out and round them out and everything with this. So they feel a lot better. Calgary's pretty dry climate, so it's pretty typical that when guitars come here, they shrink quite a bit. So the fret ends have to be cut down and dressed and polished up and everything. So. I'm Kyle Makowski, and I'm the guitar technician for Axe Music. One of the main things that I do is just like a general setup, which includes like a truss adjustment, cleaning up your frets, make sure they're not corroded or anything like that, doing the action at the bridge, the action at the nut, and then doing the intonation to make sure the guitar plays in tune all the way up the neck. So action is pretty important. What it is just the height of the strings off of the frets. And more often than not, that gets set by the bridge. On all electric guitars, the bridge is adjustable. Another factor to the action that not a lot of people think about is the truss rod, and a proper truss adjustment. There's a rod in the guitar that runs from about here to here, and it controls the relief of the neck. And what relief is like either it can bow downwards, so it kind of goes down like this, or in some cases it'll reverse bow, causing the neck to come up, and the strings will lay right down on the frets, and people think, oh, my guitar is broken, but really it's just, you know, it just needs a proper truss adjustment. So you just want to do it a little bit at a time. The truss rod is pretty sensitive, so it does vary from guitar to guitar, but yeah, just little turns at a time until you achieve the adjustment that you want. All these strings have to be to a specific height, which affects the overall playability of the guitar and having the guitar in tune between the first to seventh frets. If they're too high, everything's going to be sharp. If they're too low, everything's going to be flat, and it's just not going to play in tune. None of your chords are going to be in tune. You can also set the intonation at the bridge, and what that does is ensures that all the notes up and down the neck are true. It's really important that people buying a new guitar, especially if it's your first guitar, to get a general setup, because it may not be how it's supposed to be when you first buy it from the shop. So if you're a beginner, definitely get a general setup done so you know how a guitar is supposed to feel. And then guitars will shift eventually. You know, the neck will shift, or things will change or shrink or expand or whatever in this crazy climate that we have. So yeah, it's just important to get your guitar checked out. You know, even if you're a beginner or if you're like seasoned professional, get your guitar checked out a couple, 3 times a year. Because chances are, if it's been 6-8 months since you've had it looked at, there's something, you know, might be out.